This is a story by a 10-year-old girl. Horror Princesses. This year a rich girl had a dream. It wasn't an ordinary dream. A dream like this was her future. 20 years later, there was a swarm of people all watching one beautiful woman. Sparkling emerald eyes, fair blonde hair, and a glistening blue ball gown. This was the last day little Lilia was going to be little anymore. A diamond-embedded crown was placed on her head. The dead silence was broken, and a roar of applause broke out. Everyone was clapping, apart from an evil poor servant girl that had sparkling emerald eyes and fair blonde hair too. Lilia asked Prince Lucas, her boyfriend, if they could have a servant. "Yes, that would be wonderful," said the prince. A few minutes later, they had discussed it would be a girl that could multitask. If she could do this, they would buy her for £400. There was one person who disagreed, and that was Ola, Lilia's long-lost twin sister. Apparently, she ran away from the palace, but Lilia had actually sold her to a woman as a servant, so the crown could be placed on her head first. "We would like to buy a servant," announced the Queen. "This will be a girl that can multitask," she finished. "We will buy her for £400, Prince Lucas said. All servant girls stood forward, but one familiar face caught Lilia's eye. Her name was Ola. A quick chat and she could be under control of her sister. A smirk grin spread across her face. "That one, please," Lilia said, as she pointed to Ola, the lady. The lady was grateful. The lady gratefully received the £400, and Ola was under her command. Ola. Thoughts and memories of her sister raced through Ola's mind. Suddenly, the most horrid memory flickered through her mind. A dark night when all was black. Then she was in an old house with a flickery... I can't read that. A flickery few comments being shouted at her. All of a sudden, Lilia shouted, "Stop daydreaming and get me a drink." "Yes, miss, sorry, miss," apologised Ola. The clock struck 12. Palmer, the cook, showed Ola up to the servants' corridor. Where her room was. Tired, Ola walked into her pretty Merly room, where she collapsed onto the uncomfortable bed even. She slept dreamily for hours on end until the grand old father clock struck 6. Ola was up, dressed and ready, sweeping the floor and something. She worked hard and, she started dusting and sweeping when she came across a tile. It looked ordinary and felt ordinary, but was it ordinary? She dusted the tile like all the rest. She was about to finish when the tile slid across, and it slid open. She turned around to see if anyone was watching, and there stood behind her was Palmer. She looked amazed. "What?" asked Ola. "Have I done something wrong?" No, dear. But that tile, only the person who is supposed to be able to No, sorry. Read that sentence, sorry. No, dear, but that tile, only the person who is supposed to be the heir of the throne, they are the only heirs that can move that tile. That means you're a princess. Ola, so how did you end up a servant? Sorry, that means you're a princess, Ola. So how did you end up a servant? She asked, astonished. Ola quickly told her how. I always thought Lily was a kind person and would make a brilliant heir to the throne. Obviously not, she exclaimed. A plan. That night, Ola snuck into Lilia's room and stole a piece of parchment and a pen embedded with rubies. Then she went to the dungeon where all the servants were supposed to meet. When she and other servants got there, they made a plan to tell Lilia to have a party to celebrate the coronation. They would tell the story of the sliding panel. Then they would get them to bring Lilia to slide the panel. But Ola would be polishing it. Then it will more revealing that she is Ola. Then she can tell the story of what Lilia did. So the next day the party was arranged. The party. Everyone sat in a tight circle listening, intrigued about the story. Once upon a time, 10,000 years ago, King Stephen built this palace. When he built it, he discovered a magical source in order to keep this mysterious place safe. He built a panel over it. This panel only slides to the right heir of the throne, and still does to this very day. The room was silent until one person shouted, "Let's get Lilia to slide the panel." "What? Okay then," Lilia answered. They all turned the corner.